Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you guys are good. And I am Shoutout. And in today's video, I'm going to discuss 10 tips which will be super helpful if you're planning to move out from your place. If you would like to know more about it, keep on watching. So as a side note guys, if you are a student or someone who has just changed their jobs and have to move their place, or a couple and moving from one rented place to the other, these tips will be super duper helpful. I can guarantee that. But most of them are very general and will be super helpful if you are in general planning to move out from your place. Today's shout out is to Reena. Thank you so much for commenting on my YouTube videos. So thank you so much for leaving such sweet and honest review comments on my videos. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. Now, if you're wondering how can you also get a shout out in my next video, all you have to do is either comment below my YouTube videos, or you can tag me in any of your Instagram stories. My Instagram handle is thismighthelp.emh, and I will give you a shout out in my next video. Now, with that out of the way, let's talk about the tips. So let's start with some of the very common tips while you're moving your place. So tip number 1, cancel all your memberships, all the common memberships you have, like your gym membership. Remember to cancel them, and remember to have a good gap or give a prior notification, because some of the organization by default require a lot of time before you can actually cancel it, because your payment takes place by direct debit most of the time. So it's very important to inform that so that they do not deduct any more money from your account. Tip number 2, change address or update address. Now there are a lot of places where you have to update your address, like your GP. You need to do that. You have to even register to a new GP when you move places. Secondly, all your IDs, like your driving license, you have to change your address in them. So you have to inform the organization related to the ID proof. So you have to inform them. Or it can be some of your license, like your TV license. In that, basically all you have to do is update your address and the package remains the same. So all you have to do is remember to update addresses. Remember to also update your address in your bank, because bank statements acts as a ID proof, or it's very important that you inform your bank as well. And as a standard note, all those people or organization which sends you regular letters and mails, remember to update them. Like if you're a member of a particular organization, remember to update your address there so that you can continue to reap the benefits from your new place. Tip number 3. Now I'm mentioning 2 of the places together because it is very important to inform them. First, if you're a tenant, remember to inform your landlord or letting agency that you are planning to move out. This is because even in your agreement, some of the letting agencies or landlords like to be informed 1 month prior so that they can look for new tenants. So it is very important that you go through your tenancy agreement and inform them. Also with that, another place you have to inform if you're working is your workplace. If you're like changing your jobs, it's important, and it is a good courtesy to inform them beforehand. And most of the working places have a policy of a month notice. So it really depends upon your company or organization you're working with. Ask them what is their notice working period and inform them accordingly. Tip number 4, start packing beforehand. Don't leave it for the very last moment, because it will lead to a lot of stress and unnecessary tension. So start beforehand. Here is a side tip: start with infrequently used items first, which you're not using frequently. Start packing them first, and don't just be in a hurry and pack all your essentials, and then you'll be like living out of a box, which we don't want. So remember to pack with your infrequent items first. Having said that, if you're planning to hire packers and movers for this process, another side tip I can give you here is compare packers and movers of different companies. Like have 2 or 3 companies, compare their quotations and see what works the best for you, what fits your budget the best, because from company to company it can differ a lot. So start beforehand, have a good time at your hand, and you can do these things. You can compare and choose the best for you and perhaps save some money. Also remember to only go with reputed packers and movers. We don't want any discomfort or fraud when you have to pack and move. So always remember to go with reputed packers and movers. Tip number 5, and it is related to packing only, and that is, it's a good time to declutter. Yes guys, don't just pack everything and take it to your new place. It's a good opportunity, it's a good time to actually go through your stuff and see what you really require. If it's something which is just being cluttering around, either throw it away or donate it, or whatever you want to do with it, do it, but don't just pack everything and take it to your new place. Also, it will save you some time of not packing all the things that you won't require, and it will save you time there also, where you don't have to open the boxes and you'll be like, oh, I didn't want this thing, but still it's here. It will save you some time and some peace of mind. So remember to declutter while you're packing. And this goes without saying, you can only declutter when you have good amount of time in your hands. Okay, if you're just doing everything very last moment, you will eventually end up just packing up everything. That's the very reason I said start early. Tip number 6, remember to close all your accounts, like your utility accounts, like electricity, water, all these bills and all these accounts. Remember to close them. Some of these companies even require 2-month prior notice. I'm not even kidding. Go to their website and see how much time they need and inform them, because like I said, most of these payments are through direct debit, and if you won't inform them beforehand, chances are you might have to pay. So remember to inform them beforehand. Also, if you're moving to a new place, it can be a tip for the new place that look for the common utility companies people are using, what are the rates, what are the cheapest ones, and what can you actually book for. Tip number 7, and it is related to packing. Before you even start packing, remember to have adequate amount of boxes. You can either go and buy them from the post office, or if you have places from where you can buy the boxes, or even some grocery stores, they just throw boxes, so you can go and ask them. Perhaps you can get some of them for free. I remember when we were doing masters and we had to move, some of us we just went to the grocery stores and we asked for extra boxes, and they had it and we used them. So really ask, you never know when you can get them. But the point here is to have adequate amount. I cannot stress enough how disappointing and irritating it would be when you are packing and you run out of boxes. So to have a bit of extra is always good in this process, which goes without saying, extra brown tapes or the other tapes. And if you can have those paper tapes, so that you can easily rip it off and put it on the boxes, rather than always carrying a scissors or a cutter, whatever it is. It's a side tip, but really depends upon what you can get a hold of. And remember to have adequate amounts, because these are the basic things which are, if you have bought it from post office, you can actually return them and they refund your money. Just check with the place you're actually buying your boxes. They will tell you whether or not you can return it if they are extras. But actually buy extra in this case, because you don't want to run off from these supplies while you're packing. Tip number 8, remember to go through the inventory you got while you moved to a place. I hope you got an inventory when you checked in your new place. So go through that and see if there has been some natural wear and tear or some kind of stains and marks which you need to actually get covered or repainted. And also, like when we moved to this place, it was professionally deep cleaned before we moved in, and now it is our responsibility that we deep clean this house when we move out. So go through your tenancy agreement, go through your inventory, see all those things, and plan them beforehand. Tip number 9, when you are actually packing the boxes, remember to label them. Don't forget it, guys. Remember to label what you're putting in the box. It will actually save you so much of time, and it will be so less headache when you move to a new place, when you actually know what box has what stuff. So remember to label your boxes as you're packing. And our final tip number 10, and that is, remember to pack some essentials for at least a week while you are moving to a new place. Now having an essentials in a separate box, it saves you so much of time. All you have to do is go and start with that one box, open it up, and these essentials can include your toiletries. If you want, you can have a different bag for some food items which won't go bad as soon as you reach your place. So keep in mind and do these things. Here's a bonus tip as well, guys. Remember to go through all your pantry, all your extra food you have, and remember to use it. Have a menu planned, have your meals planned, so that you actually use all the extra food which is at your home, and you're not just buying in the later days before you have to move out, and then there is like so much of food and you have to throw it away. No, just make sure to actually know what you have and use it and consume it, because wasting food is not a good thing, guys. So guys, if you like this video, please do not forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and also hit the little bell icon next to it so that you can be updated with all my latest videos. Meet me next Thursday. Until then, take care. Bye bye.